Natasha. I'm going to be speaking about tea today. So, tea, there's many types of tea, although most of you are probably only aware of a few. Maybe you think of boba shops like Thai tea, green tea, taro, although there's such thing as brewing tea leaves like this, and there's so many from black tea to white tea and everything in between. So tea is a caffeinated drink. We all mostly drink caffeinated drinks. Tea does not only taste good, but it has a lot of health benefits. So today I'll be speaking about the history of tea, the health benefits of tea, the types of tea, and the relationship between them. I have research from tea shop makers as well as Professor Ming-Fu Wang, which she did an article on the review on the anti-cancer effect on green tea. So let's talk about the history of tea. So tea is usually thought of being a British drink, but that's not where it originated from. It actually originated from China, and most people think maybe 350 years ago, but it's been actually here for centuries. So there was actually tea containers found around the Han Dynasty in tombs, but it became the national drink of China into the Tang Dynasty. And it traveled to Japan because at the time there was Japanese Buddhist monks who were studying in China, and they brought it back to Japan, and then that's how tea was known in Japan. It did, through trade, it started to get popular among the Dutch, and of course traveled to Europe, although it was always known as a wealthy drink because it had a very high price amount. So some health benefits. So it decreases stress, anxiety, cancer, and increases cognition, which is like your ability to remember. So why is this happening though? Why is tea helping with these things? Is that it has naturally occurring compounds in it, such as polyphenol, which is a compound that has anti-inflammatory, that helps it helps our body fight the damage that we have, as well as EGCG, epigallocatechin-gallate, and this is where I brought up Professor Ming-Fu Wang. She found that this compound that's in tea helps reduce stress, improve our attention and focus, as well as fight cancer. In 2007 to 2008 in Japan, there was two groups, and they were placed in an observational study, and they were told to, they didn't tell them anything, they just observed if they drank green tea, black tea, coffee, or any like soda or drinks, and they were mostly elderly, and they had dementia, they had cancer, they just wanted to see if tea was really affecting what they consumed. And the group, a couple years later, when they tested them again, the group who was actually drinking green tea had a decreased risk of their cancer and improved their ability to remember. So let's get to the fun part. Let's distinguish the types of teas. So there's black tea, green tea, white tea, oolong tea, and herbal infusions. So if you need a tea that sounds like a lot, but I'm here to explain. So black tea is like Lipton, English breakfast. You might have heard of those types, and they're always going to be high in caffeine. When you brew them, they're always going to be pretty dark, and they're always going to have a very strong flavor. While green tea, when you brew it, it's going to be light green, more yellow, and it's going to have a milder taste, but it's only going to have half as much caffeine as black tea, and only a quarter of that of a cup of coffee. White tea is known to taste crisp, and it will always be very delicate, and it's always going to be low in caffeine. Oolong tea is a tricky one because it could be from a pale color to a dark color. And lastly, herbal teas have no caffeine. These are the lavender, the ginger, the chamomile, and they're the ones who have medicine properties. So if you're having a sore throat or your tummy hurts, those are the ones to drink. So what's the relationship between these teas? Is that they all come from the Camellia sinensis plant, which was found in southern China thousands of years ago. It's still in China and India, although it's a little different now. In China, the plant is smaller, and it'll have more of a milder taste, while in India the plant is larger and has a stronger taste. And through these teas, they all have their own unique characteristics. Some are steamed, some are left to oxidize, some are in fall, some are in summer, some are chopped, some are rolled, and because of this reason, no tea is the same. As well as once it gets in your hands, you could add ice, you could drink it hot, you could add sweeteners, you could drink it straight. Again, it's up to you. So I did bring some things. So I use a teapot. This one already has a strainer. So when you use this, you just add this. This is a black tea. It's called Silent Island. You just add it in here, let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes, pour it. I add ice and I add artificial sweeteners like mango to make it a mango black tea. If you're in a rush, I also have quick tea like this. I got this from Hawaii. It's another black tea. Just put in a cup, add water. So in conclusion, tea is not only a tasty drink that you can customize to how you'd like, but it is very beneficial. It helps with your memory, helps with anxiety. It helps if you have a sore throat. So overall, tea is a great drink that's caffeinated and has many health benefits.